Good afternoon, folks. Today is July 29th, 2024, and I am Red Wemette. Christina Morris. Hello, how you doing? Catherine, how you doing? Robert Murphy, how you doing, buddy? Julie M., you're going to love this story. Oh, wow. So anyway, we're here today. And the reason we're here today is I posted something on Facebook. And it's a picture of my leg, which I'm not going to put up on the camera. But a lot of people don't understand what happened. So I'm going to tell you the story so you know the whole thing. Back in 2018, just before Hurricane Michael, I was bitten by a brown recluse spider. And that bite sent venom into me that was terrible. I went to the emergency room at the hospital and they patched it up. And after they patched it up, they gave me some antibiotics, but that's all they did. And later on, it got worse. The antibiotics didn't do anything. So I went back. When it wasn't healing, I went back. And I didn't have a primary care physician at the time. And I'm the kind of guy that doesn't go to the doctor unless I need to, or unless I need a checkup, something like that. But what happened was the venom had gone into my leg where I got bit by the ankle. And it caused some tissue damage. And it also caused some vein damage. And my smoking didn't help at all. It was worse because of it. But they told me, so I got a primary care physician. It was hard to get one, but I finally got one after like 3 weeks afterwards. When I got to primary care, she wasn't exactly the person she was really a CNR. And she wasn't exactly the kind of person I'd like to have. I'm going to give me some light, folks. At any rate, I wasn't really happy with her because as soon as I got her, I made an appointment to go and see her. It took me like 3 weeks to get in there. Once I got in there, she said, before we do anything, I want a blood test. I want to work up on you. And so I said, okay. And she looked at my wound and she said, it looks pretty nasty. And I said, it is. I mean, it's been like 3 months now or more longer than that. I'm trying to, get this thing straightened out. And she said, well, we'll talk about it after you get your blood test. So I went to Quest and got my blood test. And my blood test came back. And when I was at Quest, I asked them if they would email them to my address at home, the results. And the very next day, I had the results. And so I called her office and said, I'd like to make an appointment. And they said, what for? And I said, about my test results. And they said, oh, well, we should get to you like in 3 weeks. Let's see. So it was another 3-4 weeks before I actually got in to see her. And I couldn't go any place other than to a wound care without a primary care physician. So she finally looked at it and she told me at that time, she said, I want to send you for some more tests. I think you need to have a colonoscopy. And I said, what? And she said, yeah, at your age, I mean, you really should. And I said, I'm worried about the foot. That's what I'm worried about. So she said, okay, well, I'll see if I can find a wound doctor to refer you to. And I knew there were several already, but they didn't want to do it. She wanted to do it that way. So I finally went to the one that she told me to go to. And he looked at it and he ordered home nursing for me. And my nurses are the greatest in the world. They really are. At that time, the company had a different name, but now it's called Central Home Care. And they come out and change the bandage and everything every 2 days. And I was fixed. I was right. And they told me, okay, you're good to go. But I had an argument with the wound care doctor because his office is about an hour and a half away from my home. And when I just happened to be in the neighborhood one day, I was due to have my bandage changed at 8 o'clock in the morning back at his office. So I pulled in and said, can you do it now? And they said, no, we can't do it now. And I said, well, why should I come back an hour and a half drive in the morning at 8 o'clock or so, or 8:30? And they weren't very nice to me. It was a wound care clinic, and I didn't like the way they treated me. So when I got home, I called my home nurses, and one in particular, a real sweetheart, who's working on me now. She told me, she said, I can come over and change it for you. And they did. They came over and changed it for me. But the doctor got really upset about that. And he wouldn't talk to me on the phone. I only talked to the doctor one time, the initial visit. The rest of the time, it was all his clinic people that I talked to. And they didn't like me either because I asked too many questions. They don't like the fact that I asked a lot of questions. So anyway, the doctor, his office calls me while my nurse is here and says, the doctor won't be seeing you anymore. You won't be his patient anymore. He doesn't want you as a patient. And I said, why? And they wouldn't tell me. So when I hung up the phone, my nurse, Miss Becky, turned around and said to me, they can't do that. That's illegal. That's against the law. I mean, he has to put you with another doctor. If he wants to quit the case, he can, but he's got to put you with another doctor first. So she gave me a lot of information. And after she gave me the information, she called. And she couldn't get any information out of it except that the gal told her that it was in writing and that it had been mailed to me. And I looked on my mail, it wasn't there. 2 or 3 days later, I got a letter in the mail that says his services, he would no longer provide any service to me. And they kind of backdated it. It was the day I got told on the phone. So it really was illegal. I was actually informed, and he never would talk to me. I called him, tried to talk to him. I just thought it was better. It was fair if he talked to me. So anyway, I alienated him, but the nurses that I had are terrific. Both of them, actually all of them, but Miss Audrey and Miss Becky, they're great people. But they took care of me. And when I was well, I was well. I mean, I was doing everything. I was going out to, I went out to Las Vegas a couple times. I traveled and I was doing quite well. Something happened. I may have bumped it. I don't know what happened, the initial part, but around December of 2023, I had a little tiny wound there about the size of a pencil, the lead on a pencil. And it was starting to grow. And I didn't have a primary care physician anymore because she quit on me the same time. So that was it. There was nobody to go to. So I called a friend of mine, one of the nurses, and great nurse. And I told her about my problem. And she said, first thing we got to do is get you a primary care physician. And maybe you should consider getting those veins cleaned out. And, because they may have some plaque in them from you smoking. And, somebody, a specialist should really do that, a surgeon. So I made an appointment with the surgeon, and they told me I needed a primary care before they could actually fulfill it. So now I went shopping for a primary care. Couldn't find one. Nobody. The word was out. I pissed people off with what I did. And they didn't like it. They like the idea where they're in control of everything. They don't like the idea that I asked too many questions and I wanted to know what it was about. And some of the other things, I called another doctor in Northwestern University, and he gave me some real good advice. And actually, instead of checking for cancer, colon cancer, with a colonoscopy, I did the kit where you mailed it in. But I didn't do it with anybody here. I did it with somebody out of state. So I was having a hard time finding a primary care. And meanwhile, the nurses told me, at least the nurse I dealt with before told me that I spoken to, she said, we'll take care of you. Once you get a doctor, we'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. So I said, okay. And it was Father's Day that I went to the ER room. And I really thought that particular Sunday, I thought I was going to die. I had a bad fever, real bad fever. I was hallucinating. I was having all kinds of problems. And instead of going to my local ER room, where I had the problem initially, I told them I wanted to go to another hospital, which is not local here. I mean, it's about an hour and a half away. And when I got there, great doctor in the ER room, great doctor. He looked at it. I told him a story. He said, yeah. He said, I know what you're talking about. And he wasn't too fine. He wasn't a fan of the wound doctor either. But he was a great doctor himself. He was really good. And so he put me on an IV immediately. And then he gave me a prescription. And I started taking the medication. And I started to get well. But it was crazy. It really was. So what happened was, after he got me off the IV, I thought I was going to be in the hospital, or I didn't know what was going to happen to me. But he said, no, you can go home. He said, your vitals are okay. You're going to be okay. Your fever's high, but that's because of the poison that you have in your leg. Poison that's been there for years. It's all discolored. It's terrible. So he gave me the name of a doctor, and he said, and I said, are you sure she'll take me? He said, I guarantee you. And that was on Sunday. I called Monday morning. She saw me 4:00 Monday in the afternoon. We did a blood work up in her office. I didn't have to go to the place where they draw blood. We did it right there, Quest. She drew the blood. She checked me out. She listened to my heart. She watches my blood, or my blood pressure, my blood oxygen, all those things. She took care of me and got me ready. She also took a culture of the wound, and she looked at it and said, we should really know what kind of bacteria this is, and sent it in. In the meantime, she made arrangements with the nurses. She wrapped it up for me, and she made arrangements with the nurses to actually do it. And they took care of it. They come every other day to see me. They were here today. And I'm sorry I'm late today. That's one of the reasons I am. And I've got this allergy problem too with the air down here. But long and short of the thing is, It's under control now. It's less than, I would say, less than 10% of it's unhealed. It'll probably be healed maybe in 3 weeks, totally healed. And at that point, I'm going to go in and get those veins cleaned. That the wound doctor told me I needed my veins stripped from that leg. But the other doctor that I've talked to, the specialist, he did an ultrasound on the leg. And he told me the other leg's okay. But he told me, he said, very possibly he described it as roto-rooting. He was just going to clean the vein out and maybe put a branch over. He didn't know. But he said, I can do that for you. And so as soon as this is done, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm looking at your comments, folks. I don't need phone calls now, but some people are calling me. Stoner Boy, how you doing there, guy? Gavin Devine, how you doing? This can't be wrong. You have to have a doc. Yeah, you're right. You're man. You aren't wrong. I wasn't comfortable with any of them. I am comfortable with the people I have now, though. I really am. I wouldn't go to the VA anyway. I've taken people to the VA, and I would not go there. Scott H., you had a staph infection in your hand once, and you were hospitalized for 5 days on an antibiotic. I was also. As a matter of fact, this doctor that I'm telling you about, she is so cool. She turned around and took me off of the medication that I was on. And after she got the culture back, and she put me on a medication that was, I'm not really sure of how to pronounce it, but it was injections, and it was, I believe, 7 of them all in a row, 1 every day, and they were very strong. As a matter of fact, I want to thank my nurses. They were really terrific. The doctor gave the prescription, and I had the prescription filled. But when they give you the shot, they like to give it to you with lidocaine because it can really mess up your muscle. And it's definitely a butt shot because you don't want it in the arm. But the first shot, I was told, these gals were great. They dug up, they're like radar on MASH. I mean, they dug up the lidocaine because they didn't want me to suffer. And I asked them afterwards, after the first shot, I said, what happens if we don't have enough of it? And she said, don't worry about it. We'll get it. We'll get the lidocaine. But they didn't have it at the pharmacy. They didn't have it here. They didn't have it there. A lot of people didn't have it. So it was one of those kind of things where it was a headache. My doctor didn't even have it. They don't keep it on hand. But these gals found it for me. And they told me they could actually do it with water instead of lidocaine because it's a powder that's in the vial. But they said it would probably make me unable to walk for a long time. It was going to be very painful. And as it was kind of painful. But the nursing staff is terrific. They did. Julie M., I can't take any. That's what I took in the IV. That's what I took in the IV. But that wasn't the shots. Maybe it was. I don't know. I don't have the data in front of me, so I can't tell you. But Mr. Hoffman, many nerves in that area, the lidocaine 1% is standard. I would hope so. But it all worked out fine. And I haven't had a problem. I'm healing like a son of a gun right now. It's working out real good. I'm happy. I want to thank all of you for standing by. Stoner Boy, you're doing all right. You're working on your mental health right now. Okay. Listening to me. Good. Hope it helps you. Whatever you're working on. So at any rate, that's what we're doing now. Duke is terrific. Where are you, Duke? Come here, baby. Come on, Duke. This time I want you to come up here. Yeah. This is my Duke. Yes. Normally I chase him off because he jumps on me a lot. But yeah, Duke's doing fine. Oh, yeah. Okay, big boy. We love you. But we got to sit you down. Yeah. Did I whack the spider, Scott H? Actually, I brought that spider into the emergency room with me. And they didn't do the right thing. Thank you, Bill. He is a good looking guy. Thank you. I like him. I love him. I really do. He's a handful, though. Jim Magnifici, you stuck to your guns and stood up for yourself, Fred. You didn't go through all the crap taken out, but no. I'm stubborn, very stubborn. Almost as stubborn as this guy. At any rate, it was what it was. And thank goodness for Audrey and Becky. They live not far from me. They live in small towns close to me. And we have other nurses too. The company is a great company. I mean, it really is. And anybody that lives down here, I recommend them. Or if they have other branches in other parts of the country, I recommend them. They used to be called something else, but now they're called Central Home Care. And they're really good. I like it. Steve Martin. Glad you're okay. And Duke is beautiful. I wish you both many years of happiness. Thank you, Steve. He went back to sleep, believe it or not, which is rare for him. Yes, Julie. I've been stubborn all my life. I mean, it didn't change. And you're not a quitter either. We're both redheads. Matt, stay healthy. Okay. And I have some news too. One of the people that I was talking to on the phone, I got a call at about 4:45 today. And it was Walmart. And they said my video was returned to them, that the company that does it for them, when they sent it out, said it couldn't be done. So I had an email and I called a specialist. And he told me if the tape isn't stuck together, which happens a lot in the Florida heat, that he can take a look at it and give it to me on a flash drive. But he has his brother coming in from out of town, and he's a nice man, very nice man. I like him. Matter of fact, we may do some other things. That other tape that Adam has, that he can't transcribe, this guy said if I download it to him, he can do it for me. He can send it on a flash drive, or I can send it to him on a flash drive, whatever. He'll be glad to do it for me. So that's something else. And that's a good thing. Matt, Nova Scotia, way up there. That's good. Man, is it warm? Does it get warm up there? My Canadian friend. Bill Crawley, don't worry about it, guy. I was late too. As a matter of fact, if you folks give me a little bit of a chance, I'm going to go turn my air conditioning down or up. It's getting too cool in here right now. I have to step around my dog. Come on. Come on, baby. That's my big guy. That's my big guy. Come here, Duker. Come on. That's my boy. That's my boy. He's breathing heavy. Oh, Nova Scotia, huh? You're 38, and your 2-year-old son is hosing you off as we speak. That is great. That is great, dude. Roy, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a long time, buddy. Thank you, buddy, for the best wishes and the respect. I don't know if they made me a better person. I've had a dog all my life. I think the first one I had was 1960 something, but I've been raising them since 1970. Dave Creppy, do you know if you and Adam are going to be on Wednesday? Going to Arizona on Wednesday for my August 5th birthday. Well, congratulations, Dave. I'm pretty sure that we won't be. He's kind of tied up right now, and I'm lucky if I can even get a phone call through to him. But I don't think I will be, Dave. I'll try to be on more often, and I'll try to talk about some of the other things. I really want to get some of these tapes, Frank Schweiss tapes done, and get them up there so you guys can see them. And I'll put them on my channel instead of Adam put them on his, and we can go on from there. Come here, baby. Duke, come on. A belly rub? Did you say a belly rub? A belly rub? Do you want belly rub? Do you want belly rub? Can you put your head on my shoulder? Yeah, pretend you're going to sleep. He got it. Julie, I got him for you. That's from Julie. Julie sent that to you. Yes. Don't bite my face. No biting. Thank you, Dave. David? Robert, Adam tied up from work, or the wife has Adam tied up at home? It's the heat out there. A lot of things. A lot of things have been going on in his life. It's just one thing after another. I've talked to Ellie sometimes in the evening. We were talking like every night, when it cools off. But when it cools off, it was only cooling off to like 80 degrees out there. It wasn't very good. Yes, they are turning on her. I've been watching. I haven't done a show about it, but they're running for election right now in Dalton. And during that election, there are a lot of people that are on the same ticket, and they're incumbents, and they are not taking to anybody that wants anything to do with Tiffany. I mean, Tiffany's through. And I keep seeing comments and comments and comments about the when is the FBI going to do this and when's the FBI going to do? Believe me, they don't care what's happening right now. The average citizen there, they can pound salt. They're going to just take their time and sew that case up. They're going to really sew the case up. And when they have a 12, 13 count indictment, they'll indict her and she will go to prison. Guaranteed. Maybe nobody else is going to take the chance of saying that, but she's guaranteed she's going to go to prison. Just to get back to Sam Adams. Sam, I wrote a letter to the board at State Medical Board in Tallahassee. And I really can't discuss anything that happened as a result of it. I don't want to get sued. Thank you. Thank you, Julie. He knows he's a lucky dog. Actually, he wants me to feed him right now, and I can't because I'm on the show. But if you want me to feed him, I will. It'll only take me a couple minutes, maybe 2 minutes at the most. I'll be right here when I feed him, and you'll be able to see him lay down. He lays down and eats, believe it or not. He likes laying down like that. I don't know why. Duchess did too. And it's not all German Shepherds. And I put the bowls up higher, so it was closer to their face, and they just knocked the bowl off. They don't like it. So it is the way it is. Thank you, Steve. Thank you so much. You want me to feed him? It's right behind me right here. I'll just spin around, and if I don't step on him. I am here, folks. Believe me, he jumped on his food. You guys got to see this. I'm going to take my camera off here. Can you see him laying down there? See him laying on the floor? Duker dog. Duker dog. Come here, baby. Now he's standing up. Okay, when he gets relaxed, he'll lay down again. Yeah, it is kind of dark in there. He's laying down again. That's actually my kitchen. So I'm back out in the dining room. It is dark. That's why I turned my overhead on, so the light would be on me. He is cute. He's got his head just buried in there. He's holding the bowl with his paws. Cute guy. Great guy. I do love him. Good boy. So anyway, that's what I've been doing. And that's what the story about my leg, which is a crazy story. Never thought it would happen. When it did happen, I thought, you know, you go to the emergency room, you see doctors, and they take care of you, right? No. And they got paid. It wasn't like I was a welfare case. Lonnie, you have a question. That's okay. What's your question, buddy? Sam G. Momo. When you met Sam G. Momo, girlfriend from the McGuire sisters? I think you're asking if I did. And no, I didn't. Sam Giancana was when he came back to Chicago in 1975. Believe me, I was doing so many other things. I could care less what was going on in the politics of the mob. I was just doing my own work. But I didn't socialize with Sam Giancana. I didn't socialize with many other people. I mean, other people I did, but. Hi, I'm new in your chat, but I've been sub for a while. Happy to catch you live. Happy to catch you live too, buddy. Excellent. Good to see you. Yes, I know. You don't always get help in the emergency room, and you know it too. Wasn't too long ago you were in the emergency room, and I remember. But I think the healthcare, generally speaking, is gone downhill. It really has. The doctor I have now is terrific. As a matter of fact, there's something special that goes on my wound, and these gals saw it from last time when they worked on me, and so she turned around and said, this isn't on your. They have a tablet they read. It's not in your prescription. It's not on your order to work on you. And she said, who put this on there? And I said, one of the other nurses put it on. And she said, oh, well, they shouldn't have done that. And not without the doctor's order. And I said, hold on a second. Instead of their calling, I called my doctor. And my doctor got on the phone. And I identified myself, and I just handed the phone to her. And I said, here, it's on speaker. I handed it to her, my phone. And she said, yes. I forget what it's called. I'm not very good about medical stuff. But it's green stuff, and it's like a film that goes over the wound. It's supposed to help it heal better. It's got antibiotics, something on it. But she said, doctor, you didn't put this in the order, and, is it okay? And I heard her on the speaker. My doctor that I have now said, give him anything he wants to make him comfortable. Whatever's going to help him, that's what I want for him. And basically, she was terrific. And she is terrific. I like her. My kind of gal. Joseph Mankus. Glad you're feeling well. I was bitten by a brown recluse about 10, 12 years ago, and it was in the AM, and I didn't feel it until I had the scar and the fang mark. That's, yeah, well, I still have everything today, and they didn't do the right thing for me at the hospital. And that was years ago. So I had some veins that collapsed in my leg. And if you're bitten on the arm, chances are you got some problem in there, even if it's 10, 12 years ago. That poison it doesn't dissipate. Really doesn't. Lonnie, big love, Red. Thanks for being a contribution to Chicago history and of crime, small businessman. Thank you. Thank you, Lonnie. I appreciate it. Julie, yes, you're going in to have your knee replaced soon. In a week. It'll be okay. I'm almost positive it will, Julie. I have a lot of faith in that. Don't lose too much sleep, honey. You're too good. It's so hot. Oh, it's hot where you're at. Okay. Lonnie, Julie M., stay strong and positive. Our thoughts are with you and your surgery, and our prayers too, Julie. We're all going to pray for you when the time comes. I swear it. You have my word. That's my right hand, not my left hand. See, people care. It's not like my book. Nobody cares what I did about it. It's a totally different matter now. There are people that do care. Julie M., I got a new left knee 3 years ago. Therapy will get you better after the surgery. Good luck and take it easy. Even the crowd cares. We all care. This little guy cares too. Wonder what he's going to be like when he's big. Hope he doesn't get mean. I'll tell you what, he gets into everything now. He's getting rambunctious on me. Okay, big guy. Down. You don't like spiders? I got news for you. I don't either. And I never really was afraid of them. Now I'm afraid. Now I'm real careful. Oh, he won't get mean being my dog? Probably not. He loves me. If I holler at him too much, he lays on his back. He gets very submissive. He's got a good heart. Julie M., everything will be okay with your surgery. Try not to worry about it, my friend. Steve Martin. We love you, Julie. It's great. We all care about you. So, if I go looking around, Sean, you need surgery for a spider bite? No, if they would have taken care of it and got the venom out in the beginning, I wouldn't have had the problems I have right now. But it's done so much damage over a period of time that, and my smoking didn't help either. But there's nothing wrong with my heart and the rest of my veins and arteries. It's only in that one leg. What's the only difference with that one leg? The spider bite. It's scarred terrible. I mean, it looks terrible. I didn't even want to put it up here. I thought if I put that up here, YouTube is not going to like it. It's ugly. I'll tell you what, my cancer surgery looked a whole lot better. And they didn't like that when I put it up. However, I think I covered just about everything. And we don't have many people here today. But thank you. Godspeed. Thank you. Thank you, Sean. If it was a two-step Viter, I wouldn't have made it 2 steps, much less to a hospital. Had enough problems with snakes when I was in Vietnam. It was bad. They got things over that I don't know, everything that can kill you is there. Jim Magnifici, quality over quantity. I always say that, and I believe it, guy. And Lisa, glad I'm on the mend. I am on the mend. How old is he? Well, on the 23rd, he was 5 months old. So he'll be 6 months coming on here. Or no, he is 6 months. He was born on the 23rd of February. March, April, May, June, July. He's 6 months old. The crowd been busy building, Red. I'll Facebook message you some photos. Thank you. Thank you, Bill. Yeah, we didn't call them that. We called them they're part of the Croit family, but I think we called them bamboo snakes, and they look like bamboo, but they floated on the water. Man, you had like maybe 10 minutes to get the anti venom in you. That was it. You weren't going to make it after that. You went into seizures. Your heart was going to. It was bad. I saw a couple of people die of them, and wasn't good. That's something that got me on Facebook, Sean. Um, I posted a picture of it. I just posted a picture of my leg up on the coffee table, and people were guessing what it was. And some of the guesses I didn't particularly. I laughed about. One of the guesses was that I had edema, swelling of the leg or something like that. And somebody asked me about my circulation, something else, and it is part of a circulatory problem. But a lot of things were mentioned there. So if I was to ask, it's still up on Facebook. If I were to ask or answer every one of the questions, it would have been ridiculous. So I said, I'll just do a video about it. That's all. And I did now. And those of you that were curious, you have the answers. And Sean, I used to have that attitude. I'm a Marine. I can get through anything. And one of my nurses put, as Bill sending me photos on Facebook. Like I said, one of my nurses said something to me that was kind of shocking. On the blog on Facebook, she said, she put a U and she said, got this, and put a big smile next to it because people were asking, what is it? And some people were making guesses. So she says, you got this. And she was right. The upper portion, which was about probably at least that long and probably double wide. So maybe it was, maybe that wide, probably that big, which is on my leg above the ankle. That is healed. And the other one is really down to about the tip of my finger right now, what you can see. It's really about that big right now. So I should be healing very, very good. And the answer to your question is, you only live once. He needs a 6-month cake. I don't know. He's been a good boy today, though. He's been real good. When he's 1 year, I'm going to give him a steak. That's what his birthday present is. Won't be a cake. It'll be a good steak. Something that he can, I'll fry him a good steak. Something he can eat. What will you do with the cake? He's not going to like the cake. Carly, I hope you've been doing better, Red. I really look forward to hearing you. I'm late. What type of spider bite? No, it was a brown recluse. Carl D. And oh, I'm not laughing at you, Carl D. I'm laughing at Bill. He just made a comment below. Chocolate with vanilla ice cream and sprinkles. Let me tell you something. Chocolate will kill him. Dogs can't eat chocolate. I would gain another at least 30 pounds. That'd be the way it would be. It sounds very good. It's just definitely not for him. Smooth operator. Hey, Red, where are you when I got bit? I don't know where I was. I have no idea, guy. No idea at all. Maybe somebody's going to learn from this. Actually, I did a video on brown recluse spider bite way long time ago, several years ago. Sadly, doggies can't digest chocolate, so a yellow cake would be better for them. I don't know. They're just giving the run. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him a big steak. I mean, a nice, good. He's going to like the meat better, and I'll chop it up for him. I'll make it rare. He'll love it. Your favorite chocolate cake with vanilla frosting. You know what my favorite is? German sweet chocolate cake. I love it. Carl D. I'll be praying for you. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Carl. I know I'm going to recover. There's no doubt in my mind, guy. I'm on the mend now. I'm walking around. I'm going out. I went shopping today. And this guy keeps me busy. Amazon just rang my doorbell while I'm talking to you guys. There's a bone for him, and it's coming from Amazon. This guy's chewed up a lot already, so I ordered him a special bone that's kind of thick. My last two dogs that I've had, they weren't able to finish it off, either bone. You'll recover, but healing up is always hell. The worst part is over. It really is. I'm on the mend now. Okay, the crowd. We gave my son's dog a steak for her B-day, but she inhaled it. Yeah, well, that's what they do. You got to give it to them a little bit at a time. And puked it all up and then re-ate it. Yeah, she did. Only a dog would do that. You're right. We want to avoid those kind of things. Julie M thinks it's funny too. I think it's hilarious, guy. I got to tell you, many years ago, I had a Doberman by the name of Duchess, and she was a terror. She really was. And I was making steak Diane, and I was cutting up filet mignon. I had a big tenderloin, and I was slicing up very tender, beautiful. And I must have had 5 pounds of it on the table, and the phone rang. This is in the day when we had cell phones. The phone was in the other room. So I went in the other room, picked up the phone. I was talking on the phone, and all of a sudden I turned around and I looked casually. The dog had its feet up on the table, and she was eating the chopped up filet mignon that I had cut with a knife. And I hollered her, and I told her to stop. Well, that just made her go into second gear. Then all of a sudden she really started swallowing it. I ran towards her, and she was still chewing on it. And when I got close to her, I could almost reach out and touch her, and I was going to give her a good smack. She jumped off the table. And when she jumped off the table, she hurt her paw, or pretended she did. She didn't really hurt her paw, and limped past me, whining. As soon as she got past me, it was like she was going to get away from me. She knew she wasn't supposed to be up there. Julie, I was mad. I was totally mad. You have no idea how upset I was. There wasn't, the steak Diane was out the window. I ate Chinese that night. Oh, that was something else. But she didn't throw it up either. What she ate, she ate. She kept it down. She had quite a stomach. One time she ate a T-shirt of mine, part of my underwear, T-shirt. She ate the whole thing. I didn't know till it came out. That's why they call them dogs. They have little or no shame when it comes to food. That's like Adam said to me a couple of times. It's something I heard years ago. Do you know why dogs lick their privates? Because they can. What kind of dog bone did I get? I got it on Amazon, and it's very thick, but it's filled. It's only about this long, but it's filled with cheese and other things. So, he'll be able to chew on it, and chew on it, chew on it, and work on both ends. The ones I got him were too small. He just ate them up. Carly, of excellent taste in dogs, sir. German Shepherds, Dobermans. Yes. I had Dobes, and I couldn't find any good Dobes in Florida. So he is actually chewing on a baton, a nightstick, right now, and enjoying it, having a good time over it. Right, if we folks could do that, we'd never leave the house. Yeah. I heard that before too. Oh, what is that phrase? Doggone it. Comes from put in front of the dog and it's gone. You're right. You're absolutely right, Jim. So anyway, folks, I want to thank you all for stopping by. You guys gave me a couple good laughs here today, and just have a wonderful day. And maybe I'll get back to you on Wednesday if you'd like me to. If there's anything you want me to talk about, please let me know. Thank you, Carl Lee, or Carl D. She has a nice home. She's got 3/4 of an acre fenced in the back. So she's happy out there. She run. Boy, does she run, or he run, excuse me. Good night, Lisa. Good night. Good night, everyone. And we'll see you soon. I'll be back again. I'll be seeing you in old familiar places. I didn't put that up. I just put it up, folks. And I forgot to put it up. My brand. Should plug my book. Nobody cares on what I did about it. I bet all of you read it.
The combination of the videotapes and Wemette's testimony resulted in the conviction of 2 men on extortion charges. One of them was Frank Schweiz, known in syndicate circles as the German, a feared mob terrorist and a suspect in a number of gangland murders.
He was described to me by other outfit individuals as the most feared hitman. And as he said to me, my reputation precedes me, son.